Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. Welcome to a little chatty video about getting ready for my very first author event, which is happening later this year in September. It's a Manitoba book fair event, so if anyone who's watching this is in Manitoba in September on the 13th, come out to Steinbach because there's a little book fair happening out there, an author scholastic book fair type of thing. And I'm gonna be there, so you can come say hi. But I wanted to kind of do this as a kind of a breakdown of what I've been doing to get ready for it. And if that's helpful at all to any other author who's doing events. So I have never done an event before. I am so excited about it. And I'm just so pleased that I was considered to be part of it, which is really cool. I found out about this event earlier this year sometime. The beginning of this year. I found out about it on Threads. I believe my friend Sophia might have sent me something on Threads about someone being like, oh, like, you remember that feeling of having a scholastic book fair type situation? What if we do that in Manitoba? And Authors of Manitoba is an account that started putting this together and was like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna like make a thing. And it's gonna be a little author event in September. So I put my name in, I applied for a table, all that good stuff. And I'm very excited about it. So yeah, I have a table in September, which is really cool. And I'm gonna have all 4 of my books there, which is gonna be exciting. So I also wanted to start this because I just got an Amazon order in with a couple little things that I needed for like display purposes. But I think I have everything now that I need, other than I need to print off one more thing that has like prices on it to like put in a picture frame to have on the table. And also I need to order some books of a favorite fae once they are published later in August. So like one of the first things that I picked up for this is this little like tabletop sized bookshelf, which I will be putting together at some point. This is really heavy. I should not be doing this one-handed. I will be putting this together at some point. It's short. It's just a little like display thing I thought would be kind of cool to have on the table with all my books. I got it off of Facebook Marketplace for 30 bucks. Basically brand new because it's just in this box. It hasn't been put together or anything. So love that. I'm gonna have that, and then I will probably just resell that on Facebook Marketplace afterwards, unless I have another event that I need to do. But I don't really have anything on the horizon unless I get into this queer market that I applied for in my city as well. We shall see if that happens, but I have that. And then I've also got some like posters that I'm gonna put into picture frames. I have some picture frames from my friend's like bridal shower that I have to find. I don't know what I did with them, but I have this nice big one that is like a little thing with a QR code at the bottom. The Airmount Books Cozy Fantasy Series. And also this, which I thought was kind of fun. Another just like a connect with me online thing to have on the table that people can scan with a QR code. So I have those. Hi, Freya. Hey. Anyway, so I have those that I'm going to frame as well. And then I'm going to get another little one that has like the prices of everything so that it's easy to see. I've also ordered a bunch of books, and they're sitting there getting ready, or they're sitting there basically ready for the show. I went through the stock that I had, made sure that they are the proper books, because I have a lot of just second stories here from, I think they are all from before me changing, yeah, they're from before me changing some of the terms in my books, because, fun fact, there are some terms that you cannot use because Wizards of the Coast has copyright on them. I didn't realize that, or I didn't even think of that when I was publishing this for the first time. So there are some terms in here that still are the old, like this is the old manuscript. So all my copies of Second Story on the shelf are the original old copies, so I can't use those. What I did is I looked at all the copies that I have on my shelves to like find the good ones, right? Find the brand new ones. And then I ordered more. And what I did, because I've never been at a book event or anything, I reached out to a fellow Manitoban author, R. Don Raven, and asked them, because they've been part of different like cons and they've gone to like Comic-Con and stuff in my city. And I know that they have experience with like stocking their stuff at these events. And I asked like, how many books is a good amount of books to bring? They mentioned basically I think around 10 of each or less. Even a few websites online when I was doing my research said that as well, about 10. And then, you know, if people really like your book and you're just out of it, you can, you know, have other things to give them so that they can pick up your book later. Oh. She's like, I am the star of the show. It's me, it's I. Hi. So I do have bookmarks, which I picked up another order of. I have stickers, which I picked up, that I'm going to show you guys. But yeah, so I have about 10 copies each. I didn't order any new Marian Brights, even though I'm going to be bringing my Christmas novella with me, because I feel like in September, people are probably might want to pick up a little novella. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 copies of Marian Bright that I originally ordered last year, because I was planning on doing, I was in the works for some sort of like launch event in my friend's city, out of the city. But that fell through. So I just have all of these extra copies that I'm just gonna bring with me. That's exciting. And I'm thinking of pricing these at just $10 because I'm trying to remember what they are on Amazon. I wanna make sure whatever I'm pricing them at is less than Amazon. So maybe they'll be less. I have to double check on these. But I just wanted to make whatever pricing I do use very easy. Like if people come with cash, it's easy just to pass over a 10. Right? So I have those. I just had those Marian Brights. And I have 1, 2, 3, 10, 11 good copies of A Second Story. So, okay, so more than that. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 good copies of A Little Luck. And then I have 3 damaged copies of A Little Luck and 3 damaged copies of A Second Story, because when it comes to Amazon and their shipping of author copies, they're never in like perfectly good condition, you know? So I have a couple that are like a little dinged up, a little damaged. Some of them, like this one here, like the cover's creased because it was folded, but it's been pressed between books, so it's like kind of unnoticeable. But I'm gonna offer these at a discounted price in case anyone wants like a discounted book if they don't care that it's a little damaged. I have 3 of that to offer up. So I have these ready to go in this box, and it's so nice to just see nice like fresh books. Like look at these beautiful boys, nice fresh books. We love that. Actually, then I'm looking at the stack. There is one Marian Bright that's a little damaged on the top, so that one will be like $5, but a little discounted, of course. And then I'm also thinking of doing, because I have the Marian Bright audiobook, I'm thinking of having like little added extra bonuses for anyone who wants it, or like anyone who buys the novella is just gonna get a free audiobook like code that'll just give them a free audiobook, because I can do that. I think I can do that through Audible and Spotify for sure. I can do like free codes. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for those. I'm gonna just have them as little freebies to go along with the book, because why not? And more people need to listen to the audiobook. Anyways, so that's the book situation. Do I plan on selling them all? No. It would be nice to, but I just don't anticipate that happening. It would be really cool too, though. And also, because I'm going to be there with my entire completed trilogy, I am gonna offer, if anyone wants to buy the full trilogy for a lesser price, to like incentivize people for buying all 3 books. But anyway, so as I said, I also have bookmarks and stickers that I've gotten printed, which are so fun and amazing. And I did just get an Amazon order with display stuff for them. So let's go through that. I think it was last summer, I think, when I went to an author event here in my city with a couple of my friends. We met another author in line, and she had bookmarks as her like business card. And so my friend was like, Jen, you should really do that. Like you should have something to hand out to like tell people about your book. So last year I did end up picking up bookmarks of A Second Story and A Little Luck, which have the character art on the front, obviously. We have that. And then this is the old version with just the 2 covers on the back, and then QR code with information, that kind of a thing. I updated them now because I wanted to make sure that I have, you know, all 3 books on the back, and I wanted to get some bookmarks with a favorite fae, or for a favorite fae. So my plan is, I see I have this ginormous stack of bookmarks. My plan is to put a bookmark in every book that I sell, just so that people have, you know, a fun bookmark to go with it. And then they can also just like look up my information really quickly if they want to get future books, or if they just want to find me on socials and stuff like that, because of course I have the QR code everywhere. So QR codes are just like, from what I hear, the best thing to do, and like the best thing to have on your table, because then it allows people to easily access you and like look you up as they're going around if they don't want to just like pick up a book or something. So that's really exciting. So I have this giant stack of bookmarks and I want to be able to actually like have them out on the table to like, you know, incentivize people. So I picked up a couple different things from Amazon. So first up, I picked up this pack of Sharpie pens, which these are my favorite pens. Usually I get the black ones, look like this. These are my favorite pens, but they run out so fast, which is so annoying. But I picked up this one because I think this would be really cool. And it's like, it comes in all these different colors, right? You see the colors on the bands there. I think that would be really cool to like sign books and stuff with. So I have this, very exciting. And I think I'm just gonna bring like a mug with me or something to put the pens in so that they sit on the table in a mug nicely. But when I was looking on Amazon real fast, I also made an order off of Temu, which I know using Amazon and Temu is not good. Fast, I don't know the word for like fast fashion, but like in non-fashion stuff, but like they're not good sites. And also I don't want to support a billionaire, but like sometimes it's just what you have. You want to save money. From Temu right now coming to me, I have some little like, they're 3x5 paper craft envelope type things. Because I want, if anyone wants just stickers, I'm gonna like give them in that so that they have somewhere to go put them. Or if they want books and stickers, I can put the stickers in that so that it's like stays secure. And I also have paper bags with handles so that like people who buy books can have something to hold the book instead of just holding a bunch of books around, right? Because I figured that would be fun. And I also picked up off of Etsy a personalized stamp with like from the library of J.A. Collignon on it, because I have an embosser that my friend got me a number of years ago that I use in my personal library, which has, oh, what have I got that's like really quickly stamped? I think Babel is. That I usually, so right there on the corner, stamps my books, right? And you can usually do that also with like a gold sticker or something. So I have that, but I wanted to do ink because I thought that would be kind of fun to like also stamp the books that I sell at this thing with that, and also eventually just do my whole, you know, library with them, because I think that'd be really cool. And because I'm getting those like craft paper bags, they're the brown paper, I think it would be really nice to stamp them beforehand so that they like also have a little bit of my branding on them. So I got that. Picked that up for like 30 bucks or something on Etsy, and it's on its way to me, so love that. So I have that on its way. And I also picked up a couple different like packs of multi-stickers on Temu. They're all black cat stickers because I figured I'm a black cat mom. How fun would that be to just throw in some Freya stickers with every order, you know, or every purchase? But a lot of like what I've been doing for this book fair is just setting up. I'm not selling any of the stickers or any of the bookmarks. I'm just selling the books, because I set up originally on like the form that I applied with just to sell books, because you also had to fill out if you were like a vendor or something, like you were selling art prints, or like there's gonna be people there who are like bakeries and vendors and stuff like that on top of authors. I just wanted to set out that I was only gonna be selling books and that everything else I was bringing to the table is just freebies and fun things. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't super expensive on my end, which was kind of tricky. I think, let me pull up my note, because I have been taking notes and like keeping track of stuff. So the only thing I need now, I think, is just the copies of A Favorite Fae. So I got my bookmarks from Vistaprint. I got the repackaged, like the re-upping, the refill for $57. And then I got my stickers from a company here in Canada called Jukebox. I was pricing out many different spots for stickers. Also, I'm keeping them in this little bag because that's all I have right now. I was pricing out different things for stickers, and they were all hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So I just kept like pricing out different things because I was like, okay, well maybe I don't need that many different kinds of stickers. Maybe I can just do one or two. If it's gonna be that pricey, I just want these as like freebies. Then I found Jukebox because I Googled Canadian stickers, Canadian sticker companies. Jukebox popped up and they had a deal at the time, I don't know if they still do, that was 15 stickers for $5. And I was like, well, that's great. Like I can do that. I can just get like 15 stickers as like a little freebie type of thing. And then I don't know if I found a loophole, but I kept adding another 15 stickers through this deal to my cart until I had $50 worth of stickers. And like it came, and I have so many extras. They sent extras as well on top of it. Like whatever I had counted out that I had paid for, every single bundle of stickers had extras. The Lighthouse stickers that I got, which are the, like, it's the Airmount Press, like, if you ever looked at the publisher that my books are under, it's Airmount Press. The logo that I have for Airmount Press is a Lighthouse. Those stickers, they gave me 11 extras. So it was almost an entire additional order. And I was like, this is crazy. This is amazing. And they're like good quality. They're like soft and they're pretty and they're nice. So I have, of course, a favorite Faye stickers. I have a whole bunch of them. I have a little Lux stickers. If you saw my recent reading vlog, you will have seen all of these. I have my second story ones, my boys. We have the Lighthouse stickers. We have Kier's Loot. And then of course a second story, which I drew. The ones that I drew myself, I drew these specifically to be stickers. And then because I did this doodle myself, I just made it into a sticker. But the other ones, because they are my covers, I don't feel good in selling anything with my cover art on them because my cover artist did that. That's their art, not mine to sell, you know? I don't have a commercial license with that. So I don't want to ever sell them. So it's just all freebies. But I got these stickers. See, so these are all freebies. And I'm excited about that. And to display the bookmarks and the stickers, and I spent $56 on all of these stickers, which is actually a little crazy because that would have been $150, $200 anywhere else. I got these little business card holders on Amazon. So because I was looking specifically because I have 6 different stickers, I was looking for anything to display that has like 3 little ledges on it. And I found a pack of business card holders that have 3 like little stairs, I guess, 3 compartments. So I can stick them in and like kind of fan them out a little bit. Right? So I think they're gonna work perfectly on the table. Anyways, so the stickers. For the bookmarks, I wanted something that kind of held them upright so that they could be up on the table. And that, again, because I have 3 different bookmarks, had 3 different compartments. I was okay if it was 4 because then I would use that 4th one for pens. But I found a makeup like brush holder, a makeup thing with 3 slots perfectly. So let's see if these work. So yeah, they can like sit in their little homes. Oh, we love that. I love this. Little display purposes. So we've got that ready, locked and loaded. So that brings me to, I paid $20 for the table. I paid $3 for those posters at Staples, roughly. I think it was less, but I paid also for some like book journal stuff at the same time. And it was like $5 in total. So $3 for signage, $56 for stickers, $57 for bookmarks, $126.50 for the new copies of my books, $30 for the shelf, and I paid for the display stuff and the pens from Amazon. It was like $51. And I also picked up a little square card reader off of Facebook Marketplace. I was like stalking Facebook Marketplace for a little bit until I could find one that was like reasonably priced, because on Amazon those ones go for like 60 something Canadian. I wanted the one that had the tap as well, because I know that especially people who just go into a market, they might not have cash on them. I'm also going to bring just like a float of cash of some kind, just so people have the ability to pay in cash if they want to. But I know people pay with tap on a card or their phone. So I was gonna get just that little like dongle thing that's like a card swiper, and then I was like, because that was like $5, but I was like, people pay with their phones, and if they only have their phone to pay with, they won't be able to buy my books, right? So I was like, I need to get one that has tap. So I found one on Facebook Marketplace. Most of them on Facebook Marketplace are 40, 50, $60 usually. This one popped up for $10. Brand new, unused. So happy about that. Fun fact, I understand now why this reader was $10. It is damaged and does not work. But in finding that out, I also have found out that you can use your iPhone as a point of sale, as a tap situation. So you don't need a square reader, you just need your phone. And if you want to take cards, like swipe cards, you can get the little dongle to like go into your headphone jack or your charger port, and that'll work. So, fun facts that you do learn when you actually try the things out. I'm also going to be bringing a power bank for my phone, because I know my phone's probably going to die, so I need a power bank at least for a little help. I bought this originally for my friend's wedding, just so that I had, you know, an extra charge if my phone died. Love having this little power bank. Yeah, so I think all in, I'll be around $400 for this market once I get the copies of A Favorite Faye, once they're ready to go. Once they're in, all in, around 400, probably a little more. That is what I'm doing for preparing for this market. I'm so excited. I I remember when I first like started planning for what I need for this market, I was like, oh, like if I sell one book, that's perfect, because then that makes back my table price, which is the 20 bucks. But now I'm like, oh, I need to sell a fair bit to make back that money for the money that I'm spending on this, which is a little unfortunate, but you know what? I don't expect to. I'm just gonna have fun. I'm just gonna have fun, which I think is great. I'm pricing my paperbacks at 20 bucks a piece. If people want to get the whole trilogy, it's 50 instead of 60, of course, so they get like $10 off if they want to get all three. I'm gonna be pricing that novella at 10, I think. Let me double check. Ooh, it's $8 for paperback. Okay. I might price it at $8 even, because it's $8.99 on Amazon. $8 even, because then if I do the audiobook code with it, it's like you're kind of getting two things. I'll have to double check that, but that's what I've got for pricing. Signage and decorations and stuff. I have a bunch of like tablecloths from my friend's bridal shower that I'm gonna bring just to use for like decorating the table, to make it a little less like plain, because it's probably just gonna be a folding table. That's what I have. I'm very excited about this. I'm so like, I've been wanting to do this for a number of months and like slowly getting things ready, but because I had my friend's wedding and her bridal shower and like all this kind of stuff and more expenses and stuff like that, I've been waiting until July and August to really get all the bulk of everything, like the books and reordering the freebies and stuff like that. So I'm very excited, even though I've spent probably too much money. Although this is exciting, and this is stuff that I can then use for other things. Like I use these bookmarks just in general as like business cards, right? Like if I'm at an author or a bookish event, I bring a stack of these with me. And if anyone ever, you know, if I talk to anyone, I hand them out. And I think not the ones with my covers on them, but the stickers that I have drawn, I'm thinking of maybe selling them in my Ko-fi shop. If anyone wants any stickers, I think that might be how I get rid of them. I could also just do that in my Ko-fi shop, because I don't think anyone's gonna buy that many things from me, you know? That's what I got for my setup. So I have never done an event before. I'm very excited to do this event. I think I'm having my friend Sophia come with me that day so that she can like keep me company and also look over my table if I want to go look at stuff or go to the bathroom or something, so no one takes anything. And it's like I think I have to be there at 10 to set up. We open at 11 and it closes at like 5 or something. So it's gonna be a full day of marketing and like sitting there and trying to sell books all day. Probably will be buying other books. Maybe. I don't know. I have not actually checked out any of the other authors that are part of it. I should really do that. I should really check in, because we have the list of the authors and vendors that are going to be there. So I should check them out just to see the people that I'm seeing. But yeah, so I'm very excited. First ever author event, I will be vlogging. Don't you worry. It'll probably be in a weekend vlog this September coming up, because it's going to be on a Saturday. I will check in, I guess, afterwards on how I did. If I, you know, broke even or made money or anything, or if I was in the red. I anticipate still being in the red because I did a lot of freebie stuff, right? We shall see. We shall see. I'm excited just to be there and to network and to hand out my bookmarks and stickers and stuff like that, just because I feel like people feel better when they have freebies and stuff. So that is what I have prepared for my book fair in September. So I have my display stuff ready, as in I have my shelving that I got on Facebook Marketplace for 30 bucks that I'm excited. I should probably put that together. I have my tablecloth that I bought. I thrifted it originally for my friend's bridal shower, so like $3 maybe. I have this kind of plasticky stuff that will be good for display purposes for all this kind of things. I got some pens. I'm ready to sign shit. I have the bags on their way to me. So I have my books ready to go. I'm so excited. So leave any questions in the comments below if you have any more questions. I will try to answer them if I can. Again, this is my very first author event as an author. The last author event I went to was like a book festival, and it was in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. I was just a participant. I was not an actual author there. So it was fun. I had my bookmarks with me and I did hand them out to some of the authors, which was really fun. But I wasn't there as an author. I was there because my friend was running the fair. So it's gonna be fun to be an actual author at an event doing stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. And if I end up doing any more events in the future, I'll hopefully have like leftovers that I can like bring with me, and I'll know if I want to restock anything or anything like that. But yeah, so I hope this is helpful to anyone who is curious about book fairs and like things that you might need. Granted, really all you need are you and your books that you want to sell. You don't need anything else. It's always nice to have a couple signage pieces on the table, one for prices, one for like connecting with you. And it's nice to have a couple things on the table to like draw eyes in, which is why I'm going to be doing the tablecloth to make it look nicer. I'm going to have that, you know, bookshelf to like make my books, display my books in a fun way. I'm also incredibly personable, and I am planning on wearing a like kind of vaguely Mary-ish dress so I can like, you know, kind of be in the vibe of a good fantasy author in any kind of way. I also think just having the Merry and Bright novellas there will be kind of fun because it's going to be leading up, it's fall, right? It's going to be leading up to the season when I can start promoting that more. So I feel like that one's going to be an interesting one to sell. And also because I don't know if it's like, I feel like there's all kinds of different genres at this place. So because I have fantasy, I feel like that's going to be, and it's like not romantasy. I could easily sell this to kids, although there is swearing. But like teenagers, I'd be okay with selling this to because there's not like any explicit material in here in any of my books. So I would be okay with, well, Merry and Bright, no. But the Paramount books, yeah, I'd be okay with selling those to younger-ish readers. As long as their parents are okay with them reading swears, I would be totally fine with that because I think anyone of any age can enjoy my books. Cozy fantasy is a genre for all, in my opinion. But I know my mom and her friend are coming, so I can probably convince them to buy something of mine. And then my friend is coming, so I can probably convince her to buy at least a favorite fae. I'm also gonna make all the rest of my friends come too, so like, I'm just gonna be like, you come, and that's when you can pick up your copy of a favorite fae. Anyways, I'm so excited, and I'm really excited to vlog it and like talk to you guys about it. So again, if you have any more questions about this, pop it in the comments. I'll see if I can answer. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my little prep for my book fair vlog. I'm very early for it. I'm very ready for it, but it's coming up September. I'm so excited. I'll catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.